Hi, Alexia. Okay, Diario. After the last Euro Cup, what does it mean for you being classified for the final tomorrow?
Hola, buenas.
Hi.
Bueno, pues
Hello.
supone lo
For
mismo
me, it
que
means,
sería para mis compañeras también,
as
¿no?
for the
Un
rest of
motivo
the
de
team,
alegría,
it
vamos
will
con
be a
muchísima
reason to be very
ilusión, con
happy.
confianza, por
We are
supuesto, en
willing to
nosotras
play,
mismas.
we are confident.
Y bueno, también sabemos que delante tenemos a
We know
Alemania,
we
una de las
have
mejores selecciones
Germany,
del
one
mundo,
of
y
the
que será
best
muy difícil.
national teams in the world, and we know it will be difficult for us.
Hola Alexia, aquí Fernando Cardenal de Radio Nacional de España.
Radio Nacional de
Alemania
España.
estuvo 10 ediciones
Germany
ganándolo todo,
was
llegando a semis.
10
No sé si crees
times
que
winning
España puede llegar a esa
everything, getting
hegemonía
to
en los próximos años o eso
semifinals. Do
pertenece a
you
otro
think
fútbol,
Spain
a
could do
otra
the
época?
same thing, or is that a
Bueno, a
previous
ver, no
time?
sé.
Is it something from the past?
No sé si pertenece a
I
otra
don't
época,
know if
pero
it's
sí que
something from
es
the past,
difícil, seguro, ¿no? Y
but
ponernos
I'm
a
sure
imaginar
it's
si
difficult
podría
to
España llegar a
imagine
eso o
if
no.
Spain could
Vamos
do the
a
same
intentar conseguir
thing.
nuestra primera
We'll
final
try to
primero,
reach our
que ya
first
sería
final
todo un éxito
first. It will be
bueno,
a
luego
success. And
cada
from
competición
then,
tiene su qué,
every
tiene sus
competition is
dificultades y
specific, it
bueno,
has
paso a
its
paso,
own
empezando
difficulty.
por esta
So step by
bueno,
step,
que
let's
será
start
complicada.
by this one, which will be difficult.
¿Qué tal, Alexia? Andrea Pérez para la cadena COPE.
Cadena
Atenea
COPE.
dijo después del partido
Atenea
de
said
cuartos que
after
igual ella
the
prefería Alemania
quarterfinals
como rival
game
por quitarnos
that
la
she'd
espinita de
rather
los Juegos
Germany
Olímpicos, del último
maybe
partido ante
to,
ellas por ese
well,
bronce
after
de los
leaving the
Juegos. No sé
situation
si
in the
esto está
Olympic
más
Games.
extendido en el
Is
vestuario
it a
ahora que
common
tenemos a
opinion
Alemania delante.
in the
Gracias.
squad now that you are playing
Bueno,
against
cada
Germany
una intenta
tomorrow?
encontrar un poco, ¿no?
Well, every player tries
Cómo
to
redactar la historia.
have a
A mí
way of
personalmente
writing
lo veo más
history.
como una oportunidad, no
Personally
tanto
speaking, I see the
una
match
revancha
tomorrow
o de
more
tener una
as an
espinita al final.
opportunity.
Creo que los Juegos Olímpicos son una
I
competición
think the
completamente
Olympic
distinta
Games were a
y
completely
cualquier
different
jugadora que
tournament.
haya podido jugar los Juegos Olímpicos y
Players
una
playing
Eurocopa,
in
un
the Olympic
Mundial,
Games
creo que coincidimos
know
todas. Es
that
otro contexto
a
totalmente
Euro
diferente,
Cup or a World Cup is
otros
totally
estadios,
different.
otra manera de competir.
It's other
Entonces creo que no
stadiums,
va a tener
another
nada
way
que
of
ver
competing. So I
los
think
Juegos
it has
Olímpicos
nothing to do.
con
I
la
mean, we
Eurocopa, con el
cannot
partido
compare
de
the
mañana,
Olympics to the game we are
pero bueno,
playing
sí que al
tomorrow.
final fue un rival
But
contra el
yes,
que perdimos
in that
y
occasion,
mañana tenemos
we
la oportunidad
lost
de
against
ganarlo por
Germany, and
primera vez.
tomorrow we have the opportunity
Aún a
to
día de
beat
hoy
them
pues
for the
nos
first
ha
time.
Alemania.
¿Qué tal, Alexia? Sonia Luz de la cadena SER. ¿Qué tiene que hacer
Cadena
España
SER,
mañana para
what should
conseguir la
Spain do
primera final en su
tomorrow
historia?
to
Y
reach
ya que
the
los
first
deportistas
final from
sois mucho de
history?
visualizar,
And
¿qué
as you
visualizas tú de
sport
mañana a
people
las 11:30 de
visualize
la noche,
things,
más o
how do
menos?
you
Gracias.
visualize tomorrow at
Soy
11:30
de
at night?
visualizar, pero no a
Well,
las
I
11:30,
visualize, but not
a las
at
9,
11:30. I
empezando
try
a
to
las
visualize
9.
at 9. So I start
Pues,
visualizing
¿qué
at
tiene que hacer
9.
España? Un poco
And
lo que
answering to
venimos
your
haciendo
question, I think Spain should do what we've been
incluso
doing,
perfeccionarlo, ¿no? Cada
and
vez
maybe
está claro
better, being more
que
perfect, if
quedamos cuatro
possible.
rivales, cuatro equipos, cuatro
Now
selecciones.
there are 4
Entonces te tienes que
national
acercar cuanto
teams
más a
in
la
the
excelencia, mucho
tournament.
mejor. Y aún así,
You
eso
must
tampoco te
be
garantiza
closer
ganar,
and
porque
closer
así es
to
este
excellence.
deporte, ¿no?
But
Que
even
también es un
with
poco
that, you have no
la
guarantee
magia.
to win
Pero
because
sí que
that's the magic of
confiamos
football.
plenamente en que
But
si nos
we
acercamos
are
a nuestra
confident that
mejor
if we
versión
give our
colectiva e
best
individualmente,
collective and
minimizamos los
individual vision,
errores,
if we minimize
aunque el fútbol sea un
mistakes,
deporte de errores,
even if football
pues
is a
confiamos en
sport made of
que
mistakes, we are
podemos
confident
avanzar a la
we
final.
can advance and get
Hola
to the
Alexia,
final.
David el Diario Marca. Yo te quería preguntar por los
Diario
penaltis.
Marca. My
Fallasteis 2
question
frente a
is about
Suiza, tú 1. También el
penalties. You
recuerdo
missed
de penalti
2
fallado en los
against
Juegos.
Switzerland.
Si
There
vuelve a
was
pasar,
also
¿volverás a
missed in
tirar?
the Olympics.
Lo
If there's a
decide el cuerpo
penalty,
técnico.
will you shoot again? It's not my decision. It's from the
¿Qué me pide
technical
el cuerpo?
team.
Ganar, evidentemente. Los
My
penaltis,
body
bueno,
asked me to
también creo
win,
que
that's
está
for
siendo un
sure.
poco
But
el tema
penalties,
de la
yeah,
Eurocopa,
it's
pues por
been
lo que
like the
está
topic
sucediendo en todos los
from the
partidos, ¿no? Lo
tournament
entiendo
because we
perfectamente,
saw it
pero son
in
cosas que decide el
several
cuerpo
games.
técnico
But these kind
y
of
bueno,
decisions come
ya
from the
sabéis, ¿no? El otro
technical
día también lo
team.
escuchasteis,
And
aunque
as you
fuera a
know,
entrenamiento a puerta cerrada, lo
even
escuchabais, pues
if
son cosas
it
que estamos
was a closed
entrenando
training session,
antes del
you know
partido de
we are
Suiza
training that. Before
y después
Switzerland, we
también.
did so, and
Al
afterwards also.
final, el cuerpo técnico decide.
It's the technical
Hola
staff
Alexia, ¿qué
who
tal? Diego
decides
Fonseca
that.
para El País. Yo
El
te quería
País.
preguntar un poco por tus sensaciones
My question is about your feelings about the game you are playing tomorrow. You were playing in 2013, you failed in quarterfinals. In 22, it was not the best situation for you. Do you have the feeling tomorrow the squad may close another ceiling as in other tournaments? What are your feelings about? My feelings are good. I'm totally confident in what we are creating, in the mindset we have, in our way of playing during the tournament. So confidence is 100%. I see it will be a difficult game, but we are willing to play with high motivation and to write history again.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Alexia, por aquí, Guille Gasquero para As Televisión.
As Television. Reality are numbers, and data says that there are more than 2 million people watching the Spanish games on TV. So people watch at you on restaurants, cafes, at home. What kind of message you send them? Well, I say hello to my family, first of all.
Bueno, al final creo que era seguir un poco
And
su curso, ¿no?
yeah, I mean, this is what we wanted.
Siempre es trabajo de muchísima gente.
There's lots of people working on that. Of course, the players take ourselves to the limit, but also what is around us in order to improve. I mean, when you watch a game from the previous tournaments and games now in this tournament, you see the level really increased. And this comes from a bet that was done, and I'm super happy that we are in this situation. Radio Marca. The other day, you were individually under pressure. How do you manage this kind of moments? And another question about Guijarro. How is it playing with her? Well, it's a luxury for me to play with Guijarro. She's the best pivot in the world, in my opinion. She is a good facilitator in pressure, also in defense. It's amazing the amount of pitch that she takes care of. In her position, she is a hard worker. Sometimes from the outside you don't see that, but you really feel it from the inside. And sometimes we don't understand that as quality, but in her case that's not true. She's a super player. It's very easy to play with her, with Patrick Guijarro. And for this individual pressure I lived in the previous game, it was not a dream for me, of course. It's not an easy situation, but well, sometimes you feel like, leave me alone, take care of another player, but you cannot do that. And on those moments I try to generate space so that my colleagues or my teammates can take profit of that. And that's a good thing. I mean, if one of us doesn't have a space can be created for the others. That's the good of having a very balanced team with resources, and the important thing is to win games.
Hola Alexia, María Ticas de Sport.
Sport.
Yo te quería preguntar por Berger.
My question is about Berger. Normally, goalkeepers are not the main characters in a team. We saw she did a good job in the last game with Germany. What do you think about her? Well, playing against the best team is a pleasure because it takes you to the limit, and because of our mindset, going to the limit is what we like the most. And Bergen is one of these players that makes you feel that. She's one of the best goalkeepers in the world with very wide experience, and I'm sure that she will make us to give our best version.
¿Qué tal, Alexia? Paula Lerín de la Agencia EFE. Te quería preguntar qué es lo que
Agencia
esperáis de Alemania
EFE.
en la rueda de prensa
What do you
antes, ¿no?
expect
Han
for
regalado muchas
tomorrow?
pistas, pero
In
sí que
the
han dicho que
previous
les gustaría
press
tener un poco más
conference,
el balón, ¿no? Para
they
un poco
said that they
crear esas
wanted to have
ocasiones
more
y aprovechar.
possession
Entonces,
to
¿qué es lo que
create
esperáis de Alemania?
occasions.
Una selección
What do
que
you
habéis
expect
comentado siempre muy
from
física, muy
them?
intensa, pero
They are very intense, very physical. But what do you think about this thing they said that they want to have more possession? We'll see tomorrow. We'll see what kind of game they plan. We are ready for everything. We are well prepared. I won't discover anything, but we want to have the control of the game. We understand that this means keeping the ball most part of the time. I think it will be a beautiful game. And if they don't get the ball, I'm sure they are also dangerous in transitions.
Hola, Alexia, Ruth Vila, Catalunya Ràdio.
Catalunya Ràdio. How do you live these hours before such an important game? Pep Guardiola, he's a nervous guy, said that he lived that very badly. How do you live it? Do you like watching videos from the other team? Or how do you like getting the previous hours before the game? Well, I was more nervous in the past. Now I know myself better and better, also mentally, and I know what kind of mindset I need before the game. If I see or I feel I'm nervous or stressed, or if I'm anticipating too much mentally, I try to relax, I try to read, stay in my room, listening some music, or have a conference call with my family or my friends. I try to be calm, because otherwise, if I get to the game too tired, and if I'm too low in this competition, it's not good either. Last question, Mar?
Hola, Alexia, Mar Vila de TV3. Alemanya té
TV3.
8 Eurocopes.
Germany has 8 trophies. Should pressure be more on their side? Well, this thing of pressure, honestly, I don't know. I don't know who must have the pressure. Because when we start the game, you don't feel pressure, honestly. Or if you feel it, the other team as well. I imagine Germany wants to win as well. So it's clear they have a good history with trophies during years. For us, it's our second time, so to speak, from 97. We are in semifinals. So from a history point of view, we have very different context. But tomorrow at 9, it's 11 players against 11 players. We'll try to win, and we'll leave aside who has the pressure on. Okay, that's it for Alexia. We'll come now with Montse Tome, sorry.